Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And we do have a lunar eclipse on our hands, which will happen on the 17th of September, 2024, couple of days from now. And the lunar eclipse partial, by the way, is going to be in Pisces, so that's why we do have a full moon in Pisces happening at 10:34 p.m. Eastern Standard. And the cycle that we're going to look into is from new moon to from full moon to new moon. And the new moon is going to be a solar eclipse, annular solar eclipse. That solar eclipse is going to be on the 2nd of October, 2:49 p.m. And the first thing that I'm going to do, as per usual, this is going to be the collective reading. The cards, you can, if you wish, you can examine yourself by checking up the thumbnail of this live stream or a video, that is if you do watch it on a recording. I'm going to show them to you in any case. Now the first one, that will be the Emperor that I drew a few hours ago, followed by the Star card. And the last one that I drew, that will be the Ten of Pentacles. So this is how the elemental dignity pretty much stands here. Okay, so these three. And what we do have on our hands, or what this, how that full moon is going to affect us, is a clearance. Or if we do consider the full moon as endings, this is going to be an ending of a predicament. Okay, the predicaments that we are facing in one or another field, in one or another situation, enterprise, undertaking, an endeavor, all right, you name it, are going to be over, and we're going to have a clearance to pretty much do what we want to do the way we want to do it. Though it will require blood, sweat, and tears, because it's going to require an effort, right? Effort which is not going to face much of obstruction, but nonetheless, that will be a mighty effort. Now, this effort that we will need to exert, and let me tell you what I mean when it comes to effort. You have your criteria, right? I mean, everybody has their own ideals when it comes to how the job needs to be done, you know, how one relationship should move forward and whatnot. And these ideals are on the tip of, say, our capabilities. And that will be the effort. We have to reach the very limit of our capabilities in order to fulfill those ideals, because those ideals are going to be fulfillable, or rather, like, they will be feasible, accomplishable, so to speak. However, what will be required are a few things. First and foremost, strength. Now, this is a period of time where we should not for a second lean on our weaknesses or display our weaknesses in any way. The second thing that we will require, consistency. So once we start, there cannot be a break for respite or just to take a break. The third thing that we're going to need, that is going to be control. And this kind of falls within the consistency here. So throughout that week, everything must be under a control. So we will need to have constantly that readiness to jump into action, to take the reins, and so on and so forth. And the last thing that we will have to do is get into a slight dependency, meaning taking a loan, relying on someone's favor, and so on and so forth. Taco, thank you for the $44.44. Thank you, Taco. Let me put you into the list and see what kind of things that eclipse is gonna have in store for you, mate. So it's a serious moment. Okay, it is a serious period that, or rather like a period that we should take our own personal hopes and dreams very, very seriously and push into that direction, push toward them rather than, for example, finding an excuses why one or another thing cannot move forward. So that was the collective reading. Now there are going to be 12 more, just as this one for each star sign. Now bear in mind that these are going to be readings for your star sign, and therefore very seldom they do happen to be your personal readings. For a personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you will find in the description down below. And there on the very front page, you can see a full list of my services and as well their pricing. And if you do enjoy the show, you can support us by subscribing to the channel and engaging with the video. That is going to help us with the YouTube algorithm, like liking, commenting, and so on and so forth. And finally, if you do wish to support us financially, you can do so using the Super Chat or a PayPal. The link to the PayPal you will find in the description down below as well. And anyone who does so, you guys are going to have a reading at the end of the stream. That's guaranteed. So the first star sign, that is going to be Aries. Now you can track which star sign I'm reading for by the displayed glyph on my right hand side right there. And let me shuffle. Let me finish the shuffle actually and see what Aries is going to have as a influence. Right, so we do have the Knight of Cups. Then it is the Devil. And then we do have the Three of Cups. Now this is a fruitful effort on all fronts, especially the fronts that you need. For example, if you do need love, all right, and you do an effort or exert an effort to make one with, for example, a person that you like, and I am not accidentally saying that person that you do like, then that effort should bear fruit. And the reason why I'm giving you an example with a person that you do like, it is because of the Three of Cups. Now, when the Three of Cups is especially next to the Knight of Cups, that pretty much means that what you want as an individual is mutual. Like, you have someone next to you or around you that it is what you want, and that person, you happen to be what they want as well. Because the Three of Cups, it is when the perception and the vision for the future when it comes to this elemental dignity, it is pretty much the same. So if you are seeing yourself with someone, then that person sees themselves with you as well. And that's why it's going to be very important to make an effort. Now, the Knight of Cups, they don't rely on chance. They rely only on their own personal, again, efforts. So if you do like someone, just give them a call, right? Don't wait for them to call you first. And with the Devil on the other side, that is just a testament for that you can make a solid progress, not just only progress, but very, very good results in the fields and areas that you do need, where your yearnings lie. So if you yearn for love, you can make love. If you yearn for money through your efforts, you can make money. If you yearn for attention through your efforts, again, you are gonna get an attention. That pretty much is gonna be your time, all right? So make good of it. Okay, so that was Aries. Now the next one, that's gonna be Taurus. Four of Cups. Ooh, the Hermit. Queen of Wands. How can I explain that? Do you know these? Well, everybody probably had those moments where you find yourself having good accomplishment in something, right? Like you are having good accomplishment at work, but you know you can do more. It's just you can't put your finger on exactly how or exactly where. Well, that's gonna be your theme here. This full moon in Pisces is gonna open up that possibility for you in order to cultivate and expand on the fruits of your current labor. That is gonna though be something very specific, something tailored just for you. So this is going to create a slight of an inconvenience. I don't want to say it's going to be a problem because it's not going to be a problem, but slight of an inconvenience when it comes to a situation if there are more than just you involved. So for example, this is very unlikely to happen when it comes to your relationship, right? Your intimate relationship, because you're just both of you, and without both of you going forward, that relationship cannot expand, and that is something that is tailored just for you. So most likely that enterprise is going to reveal into your career, and you're going to have a chance to expand on your current accomplishments, which by the way, like I said, are tested. The cards has a testament that they are a good and solid, even if some of you do not feel that way. And it's just, how can I put it into words? It's like a consolidation that you will be able to accomplish in those fields. Again, that is unique opportunity for you shows up. And I'm saying that there is going to be an inconvenience because those which are involved with you, they're just gonna start showing a jealousy. And that may lead you into a situation to be given a bad advice. What I mean is that there could be a person showing up themselves as someone that can do things better than you, and you may find yourself being beguiled by them giving you an advice, and that happens to be the worst thing you can do. I mean, what they are advising you to do is likely to be the worst thing you can do. So rely on yourself when it comes to those uniquely tailored situations for you. All right, next, Gemini. The Tower, Six of Pentacles, the Sun, well, I don't know what's going to be, okay? But you are going to find something better, right? You're going to find something better, like better work, like a better person to be with, like a better social circle. You are going to find something better, which will require to abandon, okay? Like, for example, finding a better job that will require for you to abandon your current one. finding a better person that will require for you to abandon your current one. That's close to mind, and that goes without saying. But there could be a different situation. You may find a place that may make you a better place, that may make you abandon a friend. Okay, so it doesn't have to be toe to toe when it comes to acquisition and abandonment. So you are going to have a choice to make, okay, to build and destroy. And in order to build, you will have to first destroy something that you have already built. And that new build will be better. It's just by a large margin. In fact, for what those cards are showing, it exceeds your current standing. I'm going to say it that way. So it exceeds your current standing. So choose wisely. All right, next, Cancer. Six of Swords. Justice. Nine of Wands. It's a shortcut. It's a shortcut that can make things so much easier for you. And above everything else, Cancer, for one or another reason, now the reason is going to be very situational and unique for each one of you. But for one or another reason, you will have an entitlement that you do deserve that shortcut, whether shortcut towards someone's heart, whether shortcut toward a success, whether shortcut to money, shortcut to fame, some kind of a shortcut it is that you're going to have. Now you may ask, how am I supposed to know what the shortcut is when I am on the threshold of getting that shortcut? Well, two things. I said that this shortcut is going to make things way more easier for you. So once you estimate what would be when you succeed into taking on that path, and you see that things are almost 100% aligned to your preferences, that's the one condition. And then the second condition is when you are afraid. So if you see that if that thing happens, that will align the circumstances almost 100% to your expectations, but you are afraid to take that option, that's your shortcut. I am, Taco. I am very tired. So you, Cancer, are going to have a very strong opportunity to make things far easier, like I said to you, and much faster also on top of that, just to top it all off. All right, next, Leo. Well, I hope it helps. Uh, Judgment. Oh, I can top that one off. My record is 18 hours. 10 of Pentacles. 2 of Wands. So it's a guideline, right? And this is going to be a very strong season of the moon, or rather like a moon cycle. For those of you who are baffled where to from now on, or what should I be doing, okay, what is the best thing I can do, if you do have that question, very, very strong period, because one of the things you are doing, okay, one of the things that you are undertaking currently is going to start having enviable results. Like it's just is gonna go forward, and not just only going forward, but also maybe as first time in your life, the whole situation and the whole picture is going to be clear to you. I mean, you will know, for example, that that person loves you and they want to be with you, and you know how things are going to go forward, how you're going to live together, what kind of a family you're going to have, because for different reasons. And then that's going to be your guideline. I mean, that's the thing you need to do, and that's the thing you need to push forward. And that 10 of Pentacles is very curious card next to the Judgment, or to the Aeon, as it is labeled or named in this deck. And it kind of shows a personal, unmaterialistic investment. Like you need to invest your time, but above everything else, your dedication, right? You make that option available for yourself. It is the only option that you should consider. That is the dedication you need to show in it, in order for things to work out as good as they can. But once you push forward with this field, whether relationship field or career field, all of your life is going to start making sense little by little, but for some of you even all of a sudden. Okay, next, that will be Virgo. Ten of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. 7 of Wands. Nancy, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Nancy. Let me put you into the list. At the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. Now that's going to be a complicated one. Now, 10 of Pentacles and 10 of Wands, the way they stand, it's very easy interpretation. This is it's more of a guidance. What the card says is that you don't have to strive to satisfy everyone around yourself in order to do the job, let's say it that way. But is what you are willing to allocate is going to be enough. But what is going to be important is to satisfy yourself first and foremost. So you satisfy yourself first, and then the rest of the resources you have, whether time, whether money, and so on, then when you allocate them into other people's expectations, that's going to be just enough, right, to do the job, to make, for example, your wife or a husband happy, to make your boss happy, and so on and so forth. The tougher interpretation is the 7 of Wands with the 10 of Pentacles. That could be two things. One is an old acquaintance, and I'm saying acquaintance, I don't want to say ex, it could be ex, but just let's put it that way, an old acquaintance to show up in a very inappropriate time. Like you just will not gonna be ready for what they have to present, whether an opportunity, whether a strive, to be together again. If it is just an old boyfriend or a girlfriend, and so on and so forth. It's not like you will not gonna act on their appearance. It's just the time. It's not gonna be ideal. I'm not saying the worst time ever, but it could have been better. The other thing is exterior influence that will, I don't know how to explain it, guys. It's an exterior influence which will aim to take you off your zone of comfort. But when I do say zone of comfort, I do mean a zone where you feel the best at. It doesn't have to be comfortable for you. It's just a zone where you know that things are gonna go well for you. And this exterior influence, that could be friends that are trying to tell you what to do. It could be your family giving you an ultimatums and so on and so forth. It will be very important for you to withstand. Sophia, thank you for the 10 Canadian. Thank you, Sophia. At the end of the stream, you're going to have your personalized reading. Let me put you into the list. So it's very imperative not to allow yourself being taunted, because it's very likely that it's going to happen through a taunt, through some kind of an ultimatum. So do not cave on it. All right. Next we have Libra. The Emperor. Okay, Sophia, if you don't want it, I'm not gonna make it. Thank you again for the 10 Canadian. Queen of Pentacles. Six of Wands, unfinished business. It's very easy interpretation. This full moon in Pisces is gonna uncover some kind of an unfinished business that if you do not finish it in the next couple of weeks, is gonna bite you in the butt. And it doesn't have to be a recently unfinished business, right? You may have end up in the on the wrong foot with an old boss of yours couple of years ago, and for one or another reason or in one or another way, fate kind of brings you back together on a mutual project, or you just bump on the street and whatnot, and it's suddenly kind of like you realize that you have an unfinished business with that person, and it's going to be an imperative for you to make it happen. I mean, to finalize, or rather like tie that loose end. That is what I am trying to say. I'm not saying that you have to lick their butt, but just try to tie as tightly as possible that loose end. Because otherwise, things are going to start rotting afterwards. Now, what we do have on another hand here is that an amazing rewards are going to come your way. These rewards are going to be based on your professionalism. They're going to be based on your dedication. and as well on your consistency, the ability to just make the most out of what you are dealt with. Okay, and those bonuses, those rewards are coming very, very soon. They could be in form of money, in form of peak of experience, in form of recognition, in form of a help that you do need, whatever you need. And with them, it's going to be very easy to think that the job is well done, while it isn't. You do have so much more to do, so much more to give, so much more to experience. Do not drop your guard down. Okay. Next, that will be Scorpio. That will be Scorpio. Two of Pentacles, Six of Cups. I like it. The World. It's very carefree experience. Oh, that will be a period where an experience that we experiences, that's plural, experiences that we thought by imagining them that we're not gonna like them will happen that we do. Okay, and that will entirely gonna change our perspective and above everything else our concepts. For example, and these are things we never tried, all right? So for example, you never tried some kind of an entree, and just for the hell of it, you take it on, you take a bite, and it happens that you like it very, very much. Okay, where I don't know, you do not like a certain place, or you think you may not like a certain place, and you go there, and it happens that you are in love with the place. So this transit is gonna open up our senses for much more varieties than we do have right now, and consequently that is gonna put a better or more perspectives on how to make things work our way, or how to pretty much experience pleasure and have a good time from there on moving forward. So it's pretty easygoing and, like I said, carefree and detached cycle for Scorpio. Transit for Scorpio. Or it could be that you may thought that certain person is a person you're not gonna be able to get along with, and it happens that you actually get along with it with that person very, very well, and actually you do like the woman or you do like the guy, but you won't because it was presented in a certain light that you thought you're not gonna like them. All right, Sagittarius. Death. Ooh, the High Priestess. Temperance. Ooh. That is like finding out someone you cannot live with. Like coming up like a cold shower, that you can't live with a person that drinks, for example, or that you can't live with a job that you do not like, or you can't live in a certain way. And we're talking about something huge, something that really concerns your lifestyle or the way of living, or you come up with a realization that you just can't live at the place you are. And that's gonna be pretty much final. So that's gonna be a huge, I don't want to say shock, but more like a indomitable standing, which you are going to adopt throughout the next couple of weeks. So suffice to say here, that may be a period where relationships are going to be broken, jobs are going to be quitted, right? And the initiative is always going to come from you, should that be the case. But one thing or one phase that cannot give you anything anymore is about to end, and you Sagittarius are about to clear up a lot of space in order to make things better for yourself. Okay, so that's pretty much going to be the end of the BS for you, or around you rather. Capricorn. Six of Swords, the Devil, and the Ace of Swords. It's truth time. So that will be, unfortunately, this is going to be a rough transit for you Capricorns. What the cards are very adamant here. You are going to learn a truth which is going to be something you do not want to hear. Or I'm putting it here mildly, all right? So I'm going to be straightforward now. Whatever you require, or there is something that you do require, and the truth's gonna be that you are not getting it. You're just not getting it. When I do say require, that is something you need, or you think you need rather, and you are not getting it. And that will, well, in our country we do have a parable saying that a deprived man is the devil, and you will be in that position. So you're going to come up with something else that will transform in a dream of yours, that once you start following it, that what you currently need will be needed no longer. It's a healing process, but a rough healing process for you. So that's what the full moon, or how the full, according to my cards, how the full moon in Pisces will manifest for you. Okay, next that will be Aquarius. The Emperor, the Hermit, and Two of Cups. It is shenanigans. It is shenanigans which we, and I'm saying we because I am Aquarius rising, will have to do under a certain amount of stress, okay? Especially when it comes to job and work and so on and so forth. It's just there are going to be a lot of interference from the exterior, colleagues, clients, and so on and so forth. And on top of it, what we are going to have to deal with, it's not going to be that important or that substantial or that essential, not just only for us, but for the business itself. However, the sense of emergency or the incentive of emergency is going to be just the same. And that's what's going to drive us nuts. That business can do without. I mean, we do have much more important things that we can do, and yet that is what we are dealt with, that is what we are given, and that's what we need to do. And this will be very, I don't want to say discouraging, but it's going to feel like we are wasting our time, and not just only our time, but also our talents. So it's an annoying transit for Aquarius. Not a good transit to seek love, though. Also, at all. All right, and last but not least, that will be Pisces. Oh, and when it comes to already existing one for Aquarius, it will be good to give the lead. That's gonna be the best if you want that love to work out. All right. The High Priestess, Five of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Where do I start from? First of all, it will become pretty clear that you don't have to reach the end of the world in order to get where you want to be. So within this next couple of weeks, the price you are gonna have to pay, or that you do think you will have to pay, goes down. And for the same thing you hope to accomplish, whether a love of a person, whether some kind of a wealth, and so on and so forth, is gonna now be affordable, much more affordable than before. On top of that, stability, a strong amount of stability, or a huge amount of stability. You are going to stabilize your job if it is shaking. Very likely to find someone to love you for the rest of your time as well, if that's what you are seeking. An extremely strong time to make plans. And when I do say plans, I'm not talking about plans for tomorrow. I'm talking about a grand plans, like plans for your career, like plans for your love life, like plans for your social circle, like plans where to live, plans for everything. And also to start preparing those plans to take place, to manifest, because the time is pretty much nigh for their manifestation. And if you do love someone, guys, try to show it. I mean, it will be one of the best things you can do, because showing it is gonna make the other one feels not just only special, but also there is gonna be a lot of attraction if you do show it, instead of, I don't know, playing hard to get, for example. So you Pisces, will find your path. All right, that was for the 12 star signs, and now the super chat. Let me get a deck for it. Okay. All right, first, tackle. All right, Taco. The first important thing here, those three cards. So what they are gonna show, what they are showing could be interpreted in two ways. Whether a woman is gonna have told you a lie that will create now troubles, or whether a woman that you do work with is gonna start making troubles. Okay. And let's see what the tarot says for that situation. Hello, Karen. Anna, thank you for the 20. Thank you, Anna. You're going to have your reading in a few moments. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I do believe that is going to be, actually I don't know what's going to be one of the two. Those are the three cards, but definitely there is going to be some troubles here. And most likely it's going to be the first thing. It's the lie, because the tarot cards, they predispose for some kind of a confrontation on your behalf. So what do I think that's going to be? It is that you're going to find out that you have been deceived. I don't want to say lie, but like deceived, or you have been given untruthful information, and you will make a confrontation. Well, that is kind of a present in its own way, mate. I mean, someone surprises you, right? It's kind of a present, unpleasant one, but yeah. So you confront it with attempt to make things right, which you will definitely gonna be able to do, right? You will definitely gonna be able to do, but that will. Or I'm gonna say it that way. You should try to mend the relationship as well, whether, for example, with the sister of yours, with your wife, is she's that person, or with your mother, and so on and so forth. Okay. So yeah, that's one of the important things. And the second one, here, and I do make readings for the patrons of the channel. Anyone who supports the stream, either through Super Chat or PayPal. All right, those are cards. Again, the ship, mate. That ship is haunting you. Like I said, the ship could stand for traveling. It could stand for inheritance. I know that you are after both of those things. We do have a beginning, or rather, like, I don't know how to put it into words, but a small taste of harvesting. That's that traveling or that inheritance. So things are should in either of those places, or maybe in in both of those places, should kind of start moving. So let's check it out with tarot. Hopefully, because we do have the harvesting card. Those are the cards. Well, the best I can say from those cards, because I don't know what's gonna be about, is that this harvest will give a new horizon for you to go forward with your life, and it's gonna make you very, very happy. And that new horizon, I can't do it justice with words. Can be exactly the way you want to make it, and I mean it can be exactly the way you want to make it. So the sky is your limit, the world is your oyster. If you do make that harvest, because again, you will have the event, but whether you do it or not, up to you. Just don't make any plans right now. Well, hopefully that's the case, Taco. All right, next, Nancy. You're welcome, Taco. Hope you have a great sleep, mate. 14 hours, at least. See you there, mate. Nancy, do you have a... Are you in a relationship? Like, do you have a husband or a boyfriend? Because there is a specific interpretation in that way, if you do have one. Not yet. Okay. Those are cards. Well, there is a specific interpretation if you don't have one on top of it. It's highly likely to end up dating next couple of weeks, or at least to be a person there that stands out as a very good candidate that fits into, I can't say all of your criterias, but the important criterias for you to date. And a big plus is going to be that there is no restriction, in a sense that kind of like boundaries. So what I am trying to say here is that with this person, you can do anything. Okay? Like fetishes, like, I don't know, some kind of dreams or wishes and so on and so forth. And some of them you're not gonna, I can't say like, but more like you won't be thrilled from some of them. Okay? Like, you want to try out, but, and again, the appearance of that individual, it doesn't mean that you are obliged to take him or her, depending on your preferences, on. Now, on a personal note, how can I explain that? The best way how can I explain it? It is that you are going to have the opportunity to take what you can get. Not what you deserve, but what you can get, which is going to be above of what you have been planned for, or you have been entitled for. So you can get more than expected. Okay, that's what we have. And at least according to the cards, no one is gonna notice. So that is a transit where it's quite difficult, where you can satisfy yourself in everything you may think you lack, and also you may think you deserve. Now that Sun card next to the Devil card, it's the real, not the big one, but the real issue, because you alone are gonna feel those fulfillments unnatural or slightly unnatural, which is gonna put a bit of a barrier for you to have a true pleasure from your accomplishments for the next couple of weeks. And last thing I want to say, which is something I hate talking about, but if you do have certain health issues which are minor health issues, all right, not big ones if you do have one, but minor health issues like you have a bit of a pain somewhere and so on and so forth, are very likely to end. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't go to a medical doctor. Just on the contrary, if you do feel that there is something wrong with you, you definitely should. Because again, at the end of the day, I'm not a doctor. What I do is interpret cards. All right, and last but not least, Anna. You're welcome, Nancy. Thank you for your generosity. There you go, Anna. So it's about money. Two ways how those cards could manifest. Okay, one is that money which are meant for one thing, you're going to spend for another. Okay, that will make your life more beautiful. The other way how it could manifest is money that you are expecting, which could make your life more beautiful, are gonna be delayed. But one way or another, and I do think it is the second version, the latter version, where money that you are expecting, and this isn't just a one-time payment, it's like a stream of revenue to take place, okay, that you are expecting. Will be delayed, but is going to take place eventually, and through that stream of revenue, you are going to make your life much better. This stream of revenue is going to solve a lot of your concerns that are on all fronts, and not just only that, but also it's gonna change your lifestyle like you never thought it will. And you will be able to see yourself in the future in a much different and much more vibrant light. And to top it all off, will give you the chance to do things which you are emotionally involved with. What I mean is that if you do love traveling, then by all means. If you do love, I don't know, laying back on some kind of a beach or some kind of a pool and drinking martini or any kind of beverage, by all means, and so on and so forth. So things are getting there, Anna. It's just, it will take a little bit more time. That is what this full moon in Pisces has for you. Or the streamer, to get the stream, you are not as far as you think you are to get that stream of revenue just yet, but you are getting there. You're almost there. Okay, guys. You're welcome, Anna. Thank you as well for your generosity. And Taco as well, thank you for your generosity too. Thank you guys for attending, and that's gonna conclude tonight's live stream, and we're gonna see each other next time, which will be Thursday. And until then, bye.